Really quick, forgot to show the God camera, which is also in my documentation, but you can tilt it, and then you can actually move so that you can get better angles on stuff. But yeah, I just want to show that. So for my actual main engine class, so here's my header file. It's a singleton class deriving from the base engine class. Basic machinery to initialize, load, update, and unload and terminate a game within the engine. Here's I'm just setting up the stuff for the singleton stuff with the instance. You can see my initialize. You can see load content, update, draw, unload content, load resources, game initialize, getting the width, getting the height, running it, and then the public accessors for getting the width and getting the height, and for getting the time, which we do instance private get time in seconds, and we can return that, and then we have the public accessor for that. Here we're getting the height and width using the instance. We call run using instance run. And then for going in order here, initialize calls our game initialize, where we could set up some basic window name, height, clear color. Load content will load all the default stuff from our managers. It'll create the sphere from the visualizer, and then it'll load all of our resources that we have in our load all resources. So it'll call this, and this way I did set up my final demo stuff. And then also in this initialize, I have it set to set the default scene, set the demo scene, and then set current scene. Set the demo scene to the current scene, just so I could test out my demo and make that the format for that. And then it'll call the initialize on the scene manager. So my update calls my scene manager, scene manager's update, which is calling my scenes update, which calls update on everything else. Same for scene manager draw. My engine calls my scene manager the scene manager's draw. Unload content unloads all of my resources, all of the assets. So it calls all of their unloads, and then it'll call the scene manager's terminate, which will call the terminate from the scene, so that we can have everything run with overhead, but still allowing the user to have stuff happen at terminate. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So my associated documentation though. Go to index. You can find my frying engine documentation. And one thing I want to point out is that I commented like literally every single class and every single function, so that everything would be clear. And I also made sure to include stuff that is related. So if things call other functions from other classes, I included that here, which is why you can see my shader manager unloads being linked here, so that everything is properly like linked and you never hit like a dead end, hopefully. So that's why my update calls my scene manager's update and the time manager time are linked there. So I just have all those like see alsos thrown out within everywhere. But yeah, this is my documentation for the engine.